my wrist. PowerPoint presentation.
And we are fucking live. You know where we at? We at the motherfucking Rebar. And here we got the one and only JP motherfucking Fingers. Ow!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it has been a while. We're fucking back live at the one and only Rebar. Myself, JP Fingers, Evan, Wiseman Pipes, and then we got J-Dub. Looks like there's a little J-Dub sandwich going on somewhere in Texas.
Hey, you know what? Don't knock the J-Dub sandwich until you've tried it. That's
I almost forgot who he was for a second.
J-Dub sandwich. Hey, this show is brought to you by the letter A. A for asshole, right?
A for asshole. A for fucking.
Or A for getting A sandwiched.
So, first and foremost, we're here at the Roma Craft headquarters in Austin, Texas, the heart of Texas, the capital of Texas.
We're not.
It looks like a lowercase G, but like his stomach ate the.
That's my winter weight.
Used to be a little G, but now he's still a little G.
Now he's a big G.
Used to be a lowercase G.
So I'm over here weaseling the fuck out of today with some Weaselitos.
Hey,
What do y'all know about the Weaselitos Germany special? And we have the Weasel black on black hat, if you can tell.
Ooh. Oh shit! Look at this guy, just loving life.
Oh, he's
But this is like y'all saw if you went to the IG live that I just shot. This is a 10-year-old,
8 or 10
years old. This is one of the first boxes that was out. That was graciously given by our host Mike and Skip today. So I'm just loving the Weasel life. But at the same time, I've been Weaseling since day one. And these guys know, right?
Day one OG.
Day one OG. And, I just paid, I put all my money in Roma Craft and it paid dividends.
Playing the game of fucking Roman Monopoly.
Look, he says that, but you take one fucking video in a shower and he's on your dick like fucking crabs.
Yes.
We're a minute into this thing, and I haven't heard a single mention of United Cigars.
Now, we're not required to promote them, but he
loves
promotes
it.
it.
He loves it.
He loves
If you
cigars.
ever spend time with Oliver, I mean, he's hard not to,
He's a looker.
he's a good dude.
He's a looker.
I mean,
I wish J-Dubs was on my dick like crabs.
you guys want to touch on Oliver and everything. This episode is brought to you by United Cigars. And for those listening, if you guys haven't tried any United Cigars, go out, get yourself some United Cigars. Ask them at your local retailers, your B&Ms. Get that shit in, smoke that shit.
I'll give you a tie-in you probably don't know. The factory that Alfonso, what's his name? Hector Alfonso?
Yeah.
The factory that he has his cigars made in is the same factory that Mike used to make his cigars in before Roma Craft, the Adrian's.
Back in 06, 07, 08. Yeah.
If you can find an Adrian cigar, that's
You might have one or two.
you might have one or
I might
two.
have one or two.
That's before the
we
Roma
get us the
Craft.
Adrian's
But I
cigar.
was gonna say that United, I think
They're in the bottom.
distribute the firecracker that we make for Two Guys.
in those trays.
Yes.
So that is they've been trickling those out. Do you know that?
What's that?
The firecracker we made for them?
No, our stuff's all gone.
No, they held some back.
Oh, they did?
distribute some. Yeah, they let some trickle out.
I don't know. I know that he still sells his core firecracker.
No, it's the Roma Craft.
This is one of those the more you know episodes.
Yeah, just getting some history
The
lessons.
more you know for those who know.
Yeah, now they know. Now they know.
Now they know.
They know.
Okay, J-Dub, you want to start off with some housekeeping shit?
Housekeeping. We say stupid shit. So nothing that we say comes out of my mouth, our guests, host, whatever, is affiliated with anybody that might want to sponsor us or is currently sponsoring us. So please don't get all butthurt. Simple as that. Done. Simple. Have fun. Let us have fun. If you don't like it, you know what to do.
We just want to party, man.
What are we doing, y'all?
So, I mean, for those that are watching, that are going to watch us, that are going to listen to that, we're joined by Mike and Skip, and they have a tiny boutique company
Very tiny, underground.
tiny, yeah, very small. Roma Craft. If anybody has ever heard of that,
18 years old.
look them up.
247.
Roma Craft. Now, for those who don't know,
That was the first evolution of the band too. That's like original run.
Whoa! What
they
the
bring
fuck is
cigars.
that?
This is pre-Roma Craft stuff.
Wow!
So
That was Rowcraft.
That was
That shit is just row.
It's just
Bro.
Rowcraft. Look at this guy just weaseling through life right now.
I'm loving it. Hey, you too can be a weasel if you just drink the Kool-Aid.
Just drink a little more.
the land of milk and honey.
So what is everybody drinking? I know JB Fingers is probably drinking
He doesn't have anything in his
Miller
glass.
High Life or some shit.
No. I'm tapped out on the High Life and the Bush Light for today. I'm classing it up a bit because we're with you guys. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Craft beer game's got to get stepped up a bit.
Oh, that's wait.
Prairie
What
Bomb?
is the coffee company on that though? Yeah, see,
It's probably the new one.
Yeah. we got
Yeah. Prairie is not craft.
that's a
anymore.
good beer though. One of my favorites.
We call that folk
I
craft.
picked that up just a couple months ago, so it's not like vintage stuff.
Yeah, you can tell by the brand of coffee they use on the.
That's actually
as,
interesting.
how old it is?
I had no idea that. So what were they using before, Skip?
It's called Nacogdoches or. I'll
Okay.
show you.
Oh, here we go. We just lost half the fucking crew.
I'm back.
J-Dub's just looking for more free stuff.
Yeah, J-Dub's like, so
I'm
where
just
you
like
had
this
to play?
all day.
There's
That's
called,
not even the one
me.
with the wax tip on it. The wax top.
yeah, the
Yeah,
old
I
stuff
had
called
some wax.
Nordagio.
Yeah, I got some wax. But I really lost interest in Prairie when they started coming out with like 20 different flavors, and they all tasted the same with a slight.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's just a
That's
lot
what
of different
Pink
stouts.
wax.
So good. Though. I dig that shit. I'm into it, man.
It was
in-
great. I mean, the
Oh,
Pirate Bomb.
it's still a good beer, man. You can't knock it.
I literally only got that bottle because I knew you liked it, and
Thank you.
I really could take or leave stouts.
It's not a bad beer. What I really hated is that they come up with like 10 different flavors, and they're all the same
Well, I didn't
flavor.
like. I like when
with
they
the slight-
dissected it. That was awful.
But
Yeah.
have you the guy who started Prairie, who started American Solera?
You're right.
He has one called Mexican Chocolate Stout. It's really good.
Which is kind of
It's a little bit
I'm
like
drinking the
Chocovesa.
Stone Chocovesa. It's an imperial stout inspired by Mexican hot chocolate.
I mean, that's another.
We're
Oh, Mexicans, eh?
we're gonna open this now, and I guess I might use this little bottle opener I got.
Oh,
look at
look
that.
who's sucking.
I mean,
He's on brand, man. He's on brand.
I'm gonna drink some of this fucking Sparkle Puff.
tell me what.
That doesn't surprise me
It
at all.
goes well with your bra.
Yeah, thank you.
More?
Oh shit, no, that's yours, dude.
Well, there's still a lot more left. of
Okay,
that.
then I'll take the
Just
smaller
watch
If
amount.
you're not gonna shotgun that,
I heard Evan goes to Victoria's Secret and buys the Juicy Boy shorts.
Yeah,
Someone told me that.
I like
On Reebok.
I like the shit with the lace on it.
charge to the game.
I like lacy stuff.
If he does do that, he doesn't wear it around me.
Yeah.
I might post it. I do the accounting for the rebar, and those charges, they're questionable.
Yeah, it's weird, but I like when my fucking ass hair sticks through the lace. That's really what gets me going. It's really what gets J-Dub going too. I had no idea J-Dub likes fucking ass hair so much.
Hey,
People
Hey,
have things.
I have my things.
He has
Now
a thing.
everybody knows.
All right, what are you guys smoking? Well, J-Dub already told us some old ass shit. But
I'm smoking a Cro-Magnon Mandible Mastodon.
Yeah.
all right, Mike, what do you got?
One of the Neanderthals that we did for Europe.
Europe, Neanderthals.
The HS.
This is the
I got a saber tooth.
Yeah.
Oh, saber
Oh,
tooth.
nice. You picked it up recently.
Yes, yeah. You may have been there. You may have been there and harassed me for a while.
Mike's
Did
acting
you
all
get anything
coy.
out of Mike while you were in Buffalo?
We had a good day. I didn't carry
That's
shit.
cool.
If he told anything, he got it from them.
The Weasel
I,
game sucks.
Give me a Coke.
Weasel game sucks. JP, you got
No, they got into the box.
what is that?
Pussy Killer.
I got the Pussy Killer. What's in Evan's mouth? You very loosely wrapped this band on here because it's fucking sliding around. It's a hot dog down a hallway right now.
I gotta find out what
For a
cigar
pussy
that is.
killer, you gotta expect that.
I guess so. You're right.
But yeah. So we're all cleared up now with what we're drinking, what we're smoking.
Get to it, gents.
Wait, I didn't tell you what I was drinking.
All right. Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, we want to see this.
let's see it. Let's see it.
So I got a Florida Cognac Family Reserve, which you can see is in a crystal bottle with I don't know if you can see the name there, Rosales and Martin.
Oh, fuck.
Custom. It's about $500 a bottle. So what you do is you pour a shot of that, and you put it in a glass, and then you pour Mexican Coke right on top of it.
Mexican Coke.
No! How are you mixing that?
What the fuck?
How are you mixing that?
Skip, you blasphemous
I'm
bastard.
a man that will shotgun anything, but one thing I don't do is fucking mix alcohol.
I give 0 fucks.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. At least it was Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just like,
I mean-
this is just regular Coke Zero from the store. I mean,
Coke Zero.
well, you see people mix it, and it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, no, if you're gonna mix with what it's meant to be mixed with.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it tastes like a
Probably like candy.
Coca-Cola.
$50 rum and Coke.
There you go.
$50. So you only put in half a shot then.
I can't wait till. Oh, Skip definitely lit his cigar with $100 bill today.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I usually use a Bic, but
They were out of Bic, so $100 bills.
Yeah.
I'm about doing luxury shit in a low class way. That's what I like to do.
It was that meeting you had the other day with your accountant. He's like, "Listen, you're gonna have to start using Bics. We gotta tie some ends up. You gotta go to the Bic. That's all I'm asking for you to sacrifice. Use a Bic. We'll be
No,
fine."
but you can't get fuel in Esteli, so
Can you ship it or get it in the airplane?
it's hazmat and
No.
it's hard to get there. So
They don't ship fuel to Nicaragua at all, or just Esteli?
every now and then some people get it, but it's so unreliable. Like
I think,
It's
the
a
funniest-
bootleg market.
dude, the
getting
funniest
it
shit
fluid.
is just like fucking skipping a dark alley. Yo, you got that good shit? Yeah, I got some Zycar right
you got
here.
that
I got some
Zycar
fluid.
performance level
Yeah,
shit.
nah, I don't want that.
You got that triple refined good stuff.
Yeah, the fucking the hand slap exchange in a dark alley, cash for fluid. He's on his merry way.
Dude, I do all kinds of gray market shit in Esteli, man. Trading segundos for fucking A grade or USDA prime beef.
Fuck it.
There's a guy in Managua that imports the Kobe and the Wagyu and USDA prime,
No shit. Damn.
and it's like
So, but you live in Nicaragua, right? So you there most of the time of the year, or?
yeah. I mean, I probably come here maybe 7 or 8 times a year.
When you have to.
Sometimes I'll stay a week or two. Sometimes I'll stay a month. But I'm probably in Nicaragua 80% of the time, probably.
And you live here, Mike.
I do.
Yeah. So
Well, Mike lives at hotels and various. He does 200 some nights a year on the road, so I wouldn't say he lives here.
Actually,
Yeah. I mean, how many hotel nights you get a year?
Well, to maintain status, I have 4 different. So you have to maintain 60 nights to retain whatever status level you have per. So for Hyatt, Hilton,
Yeah, so you do at least
SUP,
200, 250.
Yeah, 240.
holy crap, that's insane.
I started having to fly in my family just to see them. So every once in a while, it depends on where I'm at. clear the calendar and fly them in so that way they get a chance. I mean, it's a cool way for them to kind of experience what I'm doing on the road. So
Yeah, and I mean they could see cool areas of the country, right?
Definitely.
That's cool.
What do you mean? You don't fly him into fucking the middle of Pennsylvania?
I
It's
wouldn't.
weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be someplace where there's a beach, someplace nice, something for them.
Yeah,
to
hell
do.
yeah.
Not that the Poconos is not a nice place. It's just not someplace that
I'll tell you what's hilarious though. So Mike has like this ultimate status level with all these hotel brands. So I have good status with airlines because I fly a lot.
Yeah.
But Mike does a lot more hotels than I do. So I got one brand that I try to fight to maintain. And so Mike will go like to an event. He'll get out of the event 10, 11 at night. He'll go to the hotel. He's got to leave at like 5 a.m, so he's only there like 6 hours. So they'll upgrade him to like the fucking player suite.
Ridiculous.
Like, 2-3 rooms.
The
4
player
bathrooms.
3-4 kitchen or 3-4 bathrooms.
So they'll upgrade him to, Mr. Rosales, welcome. And then they'll upgrade, and he upgrades to these rooms all year long. And then when he goes to take his family, he goes to the front desk. He's like, hey, can I get an upgrade? And they upgrade him from like the double queen to the king suite, So it's like,
well, that's usually on holidays, right? So it's peak, right? So they're like, well, no, we get people to pay real money.
So Mike's like, what? I waste all these really good upgrades in them.
I just
really
imagining.
just go there and sleep.
Right?
It's
It's really. I mean, I don't ask for them, but they go totally unwasted. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to it. So we have an hour or so, but let's get to it because we have a lot of questions. People want to know. Rebar, you guys have listened to the show every week.
I got a list of questions right now that I'm supposed to ask you.
So
They are proofread. Hold on.
Yeah, my lawyer,
ran by the
proofread.
HR/the accountant went through all these questions and they've checked out.
the janitor too.
The janitor, janitor, might as well.
You've never cleaned up his vomit, so don't even call yourself.
I've never puked in front of you.
Said AKA Evan.
Well, I puked outside.
No, you puked in my living room. The trailer.
Yeah, I did.
So
Okay. Anyway,
All
read
right,
the questions.
On to the questions. All right. A fuck, marry, kill question. Roma cigars is not included. So 3 cigar companies, fuck, marry, kill.
you pick which ones. Which are you gonna? What cigar company are you gonna fuck, marry, kill?
Ooh.
Harder one.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you fuck a cigar company? Like, how does
you
that-
can fuck
Do you like
anything.
fuck them over, or you want to bang them?
No, just fuck them. Like it's a pleasure.
You
Fuck.
never done the fuck, marry, kill?
Oh, okay.
I would fuck Roma in a heartbeat.
Okay.
But Roma's
You'd
not
marry
in
Roma? You'd marry somebody with more money, like Davidoff.
Like Davidoff, exactly. They enjoy. It's not my question, but that'd be like I would fuck Roma
I would
twice a
marry
night.
Padron, probably.
Marry Padron,
Yeah, because you get a job for life. I would.
and your family has a job too.
I would probably kill. kill because you don't like them.
That's up to you.
Kill him because
I would probably kill. Man, I don't want to say it because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
don't say it.
Skip. That's the whole point of the show. We're supposed to hurt people's feelings on
No,
here.
but you don't have to kill them because you don't like them. It's just, I mean, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
No,
but
I would probably kill. Come back to me on
Come
that.
back to you.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
All right.
We never even got to hear the fuck.
Which company would you fuck?
Like just like pure pleasure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably Saka.
All right. All right, Mike.
Because
So-
he couldn't outrun me.
I don't know. He's on the keto lifestyle. You never know. So I would say I would probably marry the Fuente because I think some obvious reasons.
Heritage.
Yeah, and then I would probably marry Davidoff because for the money for the long game.
Well, you just married
No,
Fuente.
yeah.
No, I would fuck.
Fuck Fuente.
I would fuck
Oh,
Fuente,
yeah, fuck Fuente.
and I would marry
Marry
Davidoff.
Davidoff.
Right, and there was a dude named Gene Arganese back in the day.
That's too easy to pick on.
That's bull.
He's not around anymore.
They're even better.
I would kill Lars Teton. That's who I would kill.
Okay. He sold out, so he's no longer relevant.
No, he's distributed by Alec,
No, I think they bought it.
invested in it or something.
So would you kill? Stick with your answer.
No, actually, you know what? There are some companies that actually, when the FDA thing, the reason why we kind of got lumped into a lot of these FDA regulations, there's some companies that were skirting around some importation tax, so they would use cigarette filler on cigar wrapper leaf, and they were classifying it as small cigars.
Oh, like Kretek?
some of these other companies, but
You don't want to say a name?
yeah. So I would
I
I would kill those kinds of companies that kind of got us lumped into all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Altria with all the new laws.
So those kind of companies.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
All right, on to the next. I'm just going random at these two on the list. what is some of the stuff that people, when they come visit you guys in the office, what's some of the stuff that you dislike that people do when they're there? You know what I mean? Like, are they drinking all your
How about do's
booze?
and don'ts of visitors to the shop, to the headquarters? Is that good? Do's and don'ts.
Of people that come to the shop,
Yeah.
or to come to the office.
Headquarters, yeah. So do's and don'ts.
No, Mike's.
I would
Mike's
say
there more.
do call ahead and at least announce yourself, right? Because sometimes when people show up, we don't really know who you are or what they are. We don't have any way to, prepare because we might be in the middle of a shipment or whatever else. So everything kind of has to stop.
Or a meeting.
Right. So that, if you can try, I would say.
I mean, we don't mind people coming by. I mean, that's
Right.
why we built it.
Right.
Exactly.
But it is a working office,
Mhm.
right? It's not a cigar shop.
Right.
So come in, get the tour, get a couple of samples, buy a shirt or a hat, sit in the Weasel Lounge, smoke a cigar. But like some of these reps come in because they're like bored, and they'll sit at the table and they'll like time suck for like 8 hours. They're like, dude, seriously, you gotta leave. I gotta go get some work done.
Get to work. You got
But,
some.
yeah. So, but they're also, if you're working a lot and there's a lot going on the day, it's also nice to have like a little kind of break from.
Yeah. I mean, and you built this for very,
Yeah.
very
I would say
accommodating.
do come, do enjoy yourself, and do excuse yourself when you feel like the amount of time is
Don't overstay your welcome.
Don't overstay the welcome, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, people just go into the lounge, hang out. Then we go in, check on them, see if they need anything. Oh, do pick up after yourself. I don't mind cleaning up, but at the same time, if there's a bunch of trash in there,
Your mom doesn't live here.
mom doesn't live here, so don't leave a mess. How about that? So do enjoy yourself. Don't leave a mess.
All right, that's a respectable answer. All right.
Any other one?
Has anybody ever clogged the toilet there?
I don't know. I don't clean that up either.
I don't think that's happened.
No.
We don't have a plunger, do we? So I don't think it has happened. Plus, we would just call somebody. We got 2 bathrooms. Fuck it.
Once out of service.
Oh man.
Do courtesy flush.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little poopery on top.
A little dump, flush, wipe, flush, freshen up, flush. Good to go.
That's a do. Definite do.
All right. If you could bring one thing back from the 80s, right? What would it be? Your hairstyle or your clothes?
80s.
I don't. Was a mullet around then? I don't know.
Oh yeah, mullet was in its prime.
Ask the mullet historian.
Yeah.
My hair's been basically the same
Yeah.
since junior high school. So
You gonna close?
I don't know. I don't think they make most of those clothes in my size anymore. I don't think I would look good in Z Cavaricci's right now.
Cross color.
Yeah.
Jabos.
Jabot. I know they don't
No.
make Jabot in 46, 48.
What's the full name of Jabos?
Marathe and Francois Jabot.
That's right. Good job.
That just made J-Dub so happy.
I remember that.
He just got
Marathe
thrown.
and Francois Jabot.
We're going close.
Those.
Close.
Hair was kind of the same.
Yeah. I've always been a pretty fly dresser.
Yeah, I can tell.
Word.
Look, I just
J-Dub's trying to get some more shit.
Yeah,
I
take it
just
easy,
get them
J-Dub.
right now. I got blue jeans, flip flops, black t-shirt.
Yeah, you're
Boom.
like the Jay Leno of the cigar world.
But they're high quality.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
they're high.
these shorts Mike gave me.
They're
because-
Adidas.
because he outgrew or he lost weight. So I got like all his
That's right.
I got
Adidas,
all his
baby.
fat clothes.
Adidas, baby.
Here we are sitting full out, decked out Adidas.
Lowercase G.
Yeah, lowercase G on the shirt. All right. So we got that. If you guys had to give up one thing, what's it going to be? The watches or the cologne?
I could give up the cologne,
That's
I
more.
guess.
Again, that's more of a Mike question.
Yeah, I would keep the cologne. I'd probably give up the watches.
That
What?
Yeah, see?
Hey,
See?
my cologne collection is
Are
pretty.
you fucking kidding me?
My watch game is pretty
Skip is
good.
the watch guy, and Mike is the clone guy.
No, you know why Mike
both
answered
watch.
like that? Mike says, oh, Skip will give up the clone. I'll have the clone. Then I can just borrow Skip's watches.
They're gonna
Boom.
lunch,
Now, you
lunch
see?
trade
You
each
see?
other.
Yeah.
I didn't have to buy any shotguns. I just use Skips. Boom. What we've decided we're going to start doing is buying those really big bottles and then just refilling our atomizers here at the office.
That's another thing J-Dub can get in on now.
I'm walking away with some perfume or cologne or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to put some Roma brands on that though.
I
That's
can
the only way J-Dub wants it.
today.
My new thing is shotguns, though.
Oh yeah, those are ridiculous though. But
Yeah, we went yesterday to the we did some sporting clays and ski. It was pretty fun.
So what's Deadshot Danny all about?
Danny, because it was his first time going out, and he did his pretty good. Sean's first time going out did pretty good.
Man, that sounds like a fucking work trip that I can stand behind. Just going out to shoot clays.
And then they had barbecue after.
yeah, fucking.
And then
that's
they ate
the
barbecue
best.
after.
Oh my god.
we have
You
barbecue.
guys sprayed each other with colognes. Check the time.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Probably gonna
great.
go into some barbecue afterwards.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it after the show.
Good.
It's been hot.
Good and needed.
I brought it, so
I just don't have the time to go down to Valentina's, but I would all the time if I could.
yeah.
Dude, that fucking beef rib looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was one rib. That was one rib.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. Beef rib.
Yeah, this area is probably the only place that does that really well in the country. The beef
Styles and
ribs.
Switch does it really well.
Yeah, Franklin's.
Now there's one in
Louis
San
Miller's.
Antonio though.
Yeah,
If
Louis
you guys-
Miller is the godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you guys are in San Antonio, I'll take you to this one place. They do beef ribs and barbecue, Tex-Mex style.
When I go to San Antonio, I try to do Tex-Mex. They got a lot of legitimate spots.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this much. When I come to San Antonio, I'm going to the Roma office and I'm not giving them a heads up.
That's cool.
Austin.
He's just, hey, no
Just
heads
don't
up.
clog the
Right
toilet.
to the
Keep looking around
bathroom.
while you're in San Antonio.
Yeah,
You
keep
eventually
looking.
find it. Just don't clog the toilet.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
that's
right
my
to the
bucket list.
right to the toilet, man.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get my hair will be done up nice and fresh.
See, if I was gonna make a cigar brand for, I could do a really good cigar brand for
For the-
JP.
For JP.
Like I have like a Canadian hipster twist to it.
Does it automatically go into your mouth and it just starts doing this automatically?
It would be a really thick but short.
Stick for short.
No, we could take him to Stubbs Barbecue.
Yeah.
Comes lubed up.
There's
already.
a barbecue joint here. It's famous for like concert venues. It's called Stubbs.
Stubbs.
Stubbs. Yeah.
It's fingers in the rebar in Canada.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. A little saucy.
All
right,
what we got?
Next question. If you guys, let's say, parted ways eventually ever, and you guys each had to run another cigar company, right? What would the cigar company be? It's got to be an existing cigar company. Like
Would it be
basically,
more than one if you married or fucked?
Yeah, I feel like
they would hire you to turn that company around, though.
Oh, you're not really turning Fuente or Padron around.
No, but like, what's a company that you potentially
you want to
could,
work for?
but like
Company you think
a
you can
company
take
that you could get behind
No,
and make them do
so
better.
With this company, they have good leaf, good tobacco. They just need some.
I mean, there's a lot of
Social
really
media.
there's a lot of really good cigar companies, but one of the challenges is you can't. I mean, everybody's going to tell you their fucking version of the story, but this is my understanding of the cigar business for whatever what the fuck do I know, right? But there's no way to make cigars with the kind of tobacco that we use and make millions of them, right? So like, Neanderthal, we make 200,000-300,000 a year. Cro-Magnon, we make 200,000 a year. Aquitaine, we make 250,000 a year. And you just can't make 3 million of those. You can't. There's no way you can make 4 million Cro-Magnons the way we make them every
keep
year.
Quality. You can't keep quality with that.
There's just not enough tobacco. Like if you go to the Connecticut River Valley and you bought every single leaf of U.S. Connecticut broadleaf and you fermented it all and you took the type of tobacco that we use, the high priming, real thick, and you fermented it longer, maybe in a whole year, maybe you could make maybe 1 million cigars, In some years, maybe 2 million. Some years, maybe a $500,000. But like that's the challenge when you have you have a brand like Macanudo, for example, and that sells probably 10 million cigars a year. And there's certain, like the wrapper leaf they use for that, they probably have 8-10 years worth of that wrapper leaf. Probably $50-60 million worth of that wrapper leaf.
Right.
Just stockpiled up, right?
Just to sustain that brand. But if they were going to launch a new brand and they wanted to grow it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 million cigars, I mean that's what happens with a lot of these companies. They'll come out with there's small companies like us that don't have the same access to tobacco that we have, that come out with kind of essentially these like serial limited brands that are like 20,000 cigars every 5 or 6 months, or 50,000 cigars every 5 or 6 months. But they do 10, 12, 15 of those. And they seem like, they're really kind of killing it because they're able to do a lot of just like tons of limited type stuff. But if one of those cigars really caught on, and say STG or Altadis or somebody bought it, there's no way they could grow that to 2-3 million cigars a year. There's just literally not enough tobacco like that to make that many of that cigar. So, it's not like making, like if a bourbon really takes off, the issue really is time, right? Like you can't go back and make 23-year-old Pappy, right? You have to wait another 23 years.
Yeah.
Theoretically, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mike,
I don't know which company I would.
The company that ends up buying Altadis that's for sale for $2 billion or whatever the dollar amount is.
That's the train you want to get behind.
I would dump off all the retail channels. I would streamline all the salaries, and I would turn that into a profit.
I'll tell you which company I would take over: Habanos.
Yeah.
I would take over the Cuban cigar company.
okay.
So there you go. So I take over the U.S. side. He would take over the Cuban side.
Isn't that government controlled?
That's a fucking
I-
interesting
I-
answer.
You know what?
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a company that's way under capitalized and underperforming. It's the Cuban cigar company. Sure.
Yeah.
First of all, we would make cigars that draw consistently,
Yeah.
are not underfilled, and have aged tobacco.
And just the diversity in the flavors you could change up with that.
Oh well, yeah, I would start making. I mean, if I was a Cubans right now, I would be openly buying tobacco from other countries to blend in with my.
Yeah. Imagine a fucking Cuban filler with a Nicaraguan binder
Or Modafina wrapper.
or something like that.
with a blue band.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, no, dude. Guys,
Yeah.
fucking nice answers on that.
That's the company I think that you could probably do the most with if you actually took it over.
Habanos. Cool.
That's a fucking interesting answer. I was not expecting you to go to straight Cuban on that.
Yeah, but you know what though? Imagine a Cuban cigar, but with a Roma touch to it.
I mean, I could probably do better than the socialists, the communists. It's a pretty low
Maybe.
bar.
Hey, you don't know that. They're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
I think probably the most underappreciated company, in my opinion, is probably Hoya de Nicaragua. In terms of like the kind of tobacco they have access to,
That thing is
the
fucking
skill
horrible.
set of what they're doing on the marketing side.
We need an update on that.
Involved or
Yeah.
somehow were involved with EE back.
Well, my understanding, they're distributed by Drew Estates
Okay.
in the United States. They used to be distributed, I believe, if I'm not incorrect, by a company called SAG, right? Weren't they?
That's Casada.
I know that's Casada, but didn't they also distribute Hoya de Nicaragua in the U.S.?
Was that
But they used to either
SAG?
self-distribute or be distributed by another small company in the U.S., and then DE took them on. So in terms of that side, it's managed really well. And on the U.S. side, I mean, on the Nicaraguan side, their factory's super clean. They have great human resources. They take really good care of their people.
So you would take that over and just take it to the next level.
I don't know if I could. I think it's really well managed now. What I'm saying is it's kind of like it's just underappreciated probably.
Good.
You can throw Casada in that group as well.
Yeah.
Oh. Just got a box.
Yeah, especially the
of the
Oktoberfest.
Heisenbergs.
The fucking I shit you not, as soon as you said Quesada, This fucking guy buys a box every year of the Oktoberfest and gives me them every year. And he's like, "What'd you think?" And it's like,
Okay.
dude, I fucking do not like that cigar. And it took like 5 years for me to tell him that I do not like it. And for 5 years, he's given me like 3-4 of these cigars each year.
Okay.
And I'm like, being honest,
Hold on.
dude, it's
Hold
not a
on.
good
Hold
cigar.
on. Because I bought the Casadas, the
Years
Oktoberfest,
ago, when I first started smoking,
When-
I appreciated it. Then.
when they had the white band, the 2013 band, when it was white. And then they went to the blue band in 2014. And then I bought them then. They're okay. And then I bought them to 2015, and I never smoked them. And I just put them in the humidor. I gave him 2, and I kept them. And then I smoked one maybe 2 months ago. It was fucking horrible, man.
And he apologized to me. He's like, "I'm sorry I gave you these cigars for so
Dude,
long."
I was fucking. I'm embarrassed that I gave you that. They were fucking horrible. It was.
I don't know this for a fact, so this is just as a consumer, my impression. I think like when Terrence Riley left, there was also a big change in kind of the way the company was managed. I don't know if Manolo Cansada is as tied in with the company as he used to be in terms of managing it, but I know he's still connected to it, but I don't think he manages like the factory and stuff like he used to. I don't believe. So I think there's probably a change there. But Manolo Cansada is one of the most respected people in business for me. But
No, that's fair. But like, fuck, man, I was so embarrassed that they just went downhill so far.
We got to touch on base. J-Dub, Evan can't handle being a pussy killer.
It's good.
Yeah, man.
It's done. It's out. It's about halfway.
Okay.
Oh, you're fucking burning a hole in
For
my.
those who
Well,
don't
you put it
watch
out
regularly, and let me get your opinion on this. I gave Evan a 6-pack or something
with the different names
with the
on
different
it.
names on it. So he's smoked one that he didn't particularly like right now, which is the non-Cuban R&J. He didn't like it. Yeah, he didn't like it.
Dominican,
I didn't
right?
like it.
Yeah,
So,
but you know what? So I smoked. It's about 1.5 inches. The first half an inch, pretty decent. Not fucking horrendous. And then it got really peppery, just super peppery the whole time.
Peppery or bitter?
No, peppery. Like
Yeah.
it was spicy on the retro, and that was about it. No other flavors.
It goes
And then it started to get really bitter.
It goes back to what I was saying, which is take any cigar you really like, right? That you think is really well made, and if you've got a box of them, smoke one of them without the wrapper. Just take the wrapper completely off of it, right? And cut the binder back so you're just smoking the filler. You can take any one of our cigars and do that, it's going to taste like a good cigar because we blend the filler components before anything. It's got to smoke good just with the filler. And
yeah,
then-
you don't want
and
a
then
pretty wrapper hiding the fucking
right, and then we put the
the
wrapper.
goodness.
A lot of cigars, the wrapper, because it's the most expensive component, they put the money and everything into it, but then they kind of half of the fillers are kind of like whatever derivative secco they have from some other project. So
Yeah. So if you take a look at this,
That goes back. It's putting lipstick on a pig.
that's it. And you know what? Like,
still haven't smoked the good ones, by the way.
it's not necessarily bad tobacco, but it's just boring.
so I have not like just shit on this whole project because I actually find it pretty interesting doing blind tasting and the whole thing.
Well,
Like,
people are naming the next 2 cigars.
yeah, and
so.
I think that's fucking cool. I mean, I'd love to be smoking great sticks with you guys every single show. I'd do this for the people.
Yeah, this is Evan's sacrifice to the show. Is his mouth.
So does that shit look green as fuck? Like not like Candela green, but it just looks green.
No,
And-
it does have like a military green.
Yeah, military green, and
tinge to it.
it's just I try everything with an open mind, and I
Mouth.
go an open mouth, I guess.
The mouth.
And I just go
into
into
the old CAO La Traviata.
Yeah.
That cigar when it came out was fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That cigar
Yes,
was
it was.
Which one?
fantastic.
Yeah, La Traviata.
Actually,
I thought that was a good stick.
the
Yeah.
blend of the La Traviata is very similar to our EC,
And so,
but then they changed the tobacco.
over time, it just got to the point to where they were multicolored in a box, and just the attention to detail over long term, just kind of they sacrificed getting it out to rush production over maintaining a high standard of quality.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but Ecuador, Connecticut is not fermented.
Okay.
So most
see.
Candelas are Ecuador, Connecticut is a popular one, like all of ours are. So that's cured really fast, and that's why it stays green. But the rest of Ecuador, Connecticut, there's what they call light darks and darks, and the light darks are the ones that are kind of under cured, and they do have that kind of greenish hue to them. So let's say if you're making Ecuador, Connecticut's by the millions, and you buy all this tobacco, it's not like you can stick it in a Palone and make it darker. There are tricks you can do, like putting it in a barrel or wetting it and leaving it for a day or two. But in general, because it's not fermented, you're going to get a ton of color variations in a lot of tobacco. And so just like I said, you use the cleanest, for certain projects, and then you use the other stuff for like bundle cigars and those kinds of things.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like, just because it's green, I'm not shitting on it, because there's a lot of Cubans. Those Juan Lopez that Tech gave us, there was a little bit of green in them.
Oh no, you're thinking of
He was with
Piedro.
green on.
Yeah, the Pedro, and
Yeah.
and they had a little bit of green variation, but they were actually pretty decent. Like I thought they were real good. So it's not that the color of the wrapper matters as much. It was just, it's not a good stick, J-Dub. Fuck.
Okay, that's good. Appreciate it. You haven't gotten to one of my favorites.
What was the one that he really liked?
It was a Sancho Panza, something. It was a non-Cuban Sancho Panza, but it
was old.
It's been sitting in Gabe shop since he opened, like almost 10 years.
Dude, it was surprising. Like, it actually was surprisingly good. Like, I was not expecting him to send anything decent, and by J-Dub standards, that probably, when you looked at it, you were just probably like, yeah, non-Cuban, Sancho Panza, not good.
Yeah, those big companies, they have a couple of brands that they never really promote that much that are really good, like El Rey del Habano or El Rico Habano or Sancho Panza, or there's like those brands underneath there that aren't super popular, but they got heavy tobaccos and they're really good.
So anyway, I sparked up Neanderthal. This was a gift from you. I think it's a SGP.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the next question, JP?
All right. Individual question. So basically, I wrote down what's your least favorite Roma cigar for you guys, but it basically comes down to what's your favorite. Whether you want to answer your favorite or your least favorite, whatever.
Oh, what happened to his face?
Evan's face?
Yeah.
I don't know. What happened to your face?
IPA and cigar.
No, it wasn't that. I just literally sucked in a whole bunch of fucking sediment in the bottom of this can.
Nice.
So that felt like
I want to see Evan retrohell the Neanderthal.
I'll do it.
Let's see it.
Like a monster.
Let's do it.
Monster
retro.
That was a good one.
That's
Nice.
that's the test right there.
Nice.
It was a good one.
Yeah, you don't smoke cigarettes for this long and not be able to retro.
Well, you can always tell how well a cigar is fermented by when you retrohell
How much it burns.
how much it burns. You know.
Oh, dude, this fucking R&J was like fucking 10 times worse on the retro, and I just retroed it like
And that cigar is 10 times stronger than the RJ.
yeah, and it burned the fuck out of my nose. Like, it was crazy peppery.
Well, the cigar I smoke the most, I smoke the 4x46s more than anything, because I smoke
Coronas-ish.
well, because I smoke so many cigars in a day, but then I have to go from one thing to another, so I can't sit.
4x46.
Yeah.
A cranium takes too long for me to finish.
Yeah.
Sometimes even if I pick up a cranium, I'll like cut 2 or 3 inches off of it before I smoke it. So,
My man,
That's
my man,
that Evan is notorious for that shit.
dude. I cannot fucking smoke a whole Toro. Like,
Yeah.
I just want a good amount.
He's a robo guy.
I'm a Robo or smaller, so I'll take a Toro or Corona Gorda, and I'll fucking snip an inch, 2 inches off, and
the
you know,
cigar,
just smoke.
the cigar I smoke least is probably the EC Industry. I don't smoke that one hardly ever.
What about you?
I would say the cigar that I'd smoke. So I'm an Aquatine Anthropology is my jam. That 5 3/4 by 46 in that format is just, I enjoy that a lot. Probably the cigar that I smoke the least would be the HN. So
Really?
yeah, I mean it's a bigger size. But I I smoke the SGP and the Hoxdies like I love them, but the HN.
I like it turned into what's your least favorite to which one you smoke the least.
Yeah, but I mean, essentially that's that. It's the
Yeah,
same,
it's
the same
which one you
question.
gravitate towards the most.
Since we're in craft beer paradise, this isn't even a
Fuck
question.
yeah.
This isn't even a question on my list, but I gotta ask it. Skip, Mike, do you guys think IPAs pair well with cigars, in your opinion?
Generally, it's the worst beer to pair with a cigar. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. You've heard it from the professional.
You've made him happy.
Professional too. So
Now there's some of those juicy IPAs from the Northeast
yeah, hazy.
that do pretty good with like Connecticut's.
Right, but they can be hoppy as fuck. You know.
Yeah,
it's-
it's the hops that fuck you up. It's not the
Yeah.
citrus flavors pair well, but the
Well, you
hop.
don't drink much beer nowadays, right?
No, I used to drink a lot, but now I don't. But no, I would agree with that. I'm not a big IPA guy in the first place. So I mean, I don't like.
I think what pairs the best probably is like coffee stouts.
Yes.
Coffee and cigar.
Prairie Bomb
Yeah.
and the saber
Bottom line, coffee and cigar is probably the best thing.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
Or-
this one's not on the list. I know you guys are beer guys. What's your unicorn beer that you haven't got but you want?
well, I mean, there's not many things that we want that we haven't got.
Yeah.
Skip
Okay.
wants it.
Okay,
Skip-
that's fair. But
Mike?
what-
No. What Skip and Mike want, Skip and Mike.
My
gets.
favorite beer right now is probably either the Goliath, the coffee Goliath from Denmark is probably my favorite. Choco Vesa, the barrel age is great. I really like. I've also been drinking a lot of the stouts from Trillium, from Boston.
Really?
Mike
Which is
DeMari.
because they're not they're really known for
They're
their
notorious
IPAs.
IPA people.
Yeah, Mike DeMari gets me those. They're called like pot and kettle. Have you had that?
Yes. I've had one of the pot and kettles before.
Yeah, those are dope. Those are
Cool.
really good.
Probably one of the harder ones to get our hands on, even though we have it, is the Oscar Blues. The
barrel aged 1050.
yeah,
That's a
we
good
have
one.
some, but it's
But
my
I'm
allocations.
starting
are,
at seeing a lot in San Antonio. Like
Really?
I'm
That's
starting.
so weird.
I've
Right.
No,
you brought one over here.
yeah,
before, I
like
think.
we can find it pretty regularly.
Yeah,
in
you know
Buffalo.
what? There's
It's
one grocery store by us, by Smoking Toes, that always has it.
Yeah, the 1050.
No, that's a
the,
good
t-
one.
the tall cans, the tall ones.
Yeah,
Not
the,
in, no,
no, I've
I-
seen the tall cans.
yeah,
in it.
see, I'll get them in the regular cans, the barrel age.
Yeah. And that's just recent though, because they used to be
Yeah.
hard to find
So
nowadays.
yeah, but before it was not. That was.
I
Not,
mean,
It
we-
was not. Yeah.
We have a lot of Founders. We have a lot of Stone. We have a lot of Avery.
brewery.
A lot of the brewery.
Just look at that wall.
Firestone.
We have everything.
That's fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wall is fucked, guys. That's
Next question.
All right, next question.
They have red lasers on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
They,
No, I even got
I want-
got
I got
an
two
alarm system for here.
a beer, and Mike's like, "No, we don't drink those." I'm like, "I know, Mike. I know."
They got a red laser for when you're over, just over the merchandise section.
Yeah, yeah.
All this other beer, right? He goes to the one up on the shelf, right? This all.
Well,
the
of course,
shit down
it's
here.
on the shelf for a
Yeah.
reason.
They got a red light on J-Dub's wallet. J-Dub, your wallet's in your truck.
Yeah, I'm not here that often, but I'm here.
All right. What is your biggest pet peeve about cigar smokers in general? Like whether it's, the Instagram cigar smokers or it's guys that you're meeting at shops. Like what's your biggest pet peeve about them? Like shit that they do, shit that they ask.
Man, I don't know. I think that the origin story is probably how
Played
long
out.
it's like if you don't know by now. But it's I understand people ask it like they're engaging, right? So it's hard to kind of, but it's kind of repetitive, redundant.
It annoys me. So this is. I'll get this.
Go to the website.
It's like, hey,
Buys it.
I'm looking for the new Don Bosco. A guy has it on the secondary market for $500 a box. Is it worth it? Not really. What are the flavor notes? It's like when someone asks me like, okay, well, what are the flavor notes on that? And I'm like, A, it's tobacco, and B, it's a $7 to $8 investment. Buy one and then write your own review. I mean,
Right.
like flavor, it all tastes like tobacco to me. I mean, there's some stuff that's spicy. There's some stuff that's sweet. There's some stuff that's a little bitter. There's some stuff that's
Right. But
every now and then, very, very rarely, you get this reminds me of that smell or whatever. But
You know,
but the fact that people want to be like overnight, they want to be cigar sommeliers,
yeah,
and they're trying to just come up with all kinds of fucking flavors. I don't know if it's they're trying to get notoriety or they're just trying to make themselves look like a sommelier. I mean, that doesn't happen in the wine world. And I've said this a million times. In the wine world, you don't just say, "Hey, I'm a wine sommelier." All of a sudden.
So here's the way here's what I would say is these wine people, most of them are just way too into it. But the wine people, they'll say all these notes, right? But there's wine people, you could pour a bottle of wine just completely fucking random, and they'll say, this is from this country, from that vintner, it's this year of that label, and it's like, holy shit, right?
Yeah.
Because they have like this encyclopedia catalog of flavors,
But
right?
they went through a lot of studying, a lot
Right.
of reading, a lot of testing.
So you
Right.
get somebody who's got like 50 flavor profiles of a particular cigar that they review, and you give them that exact cigar without a label on it a month later, and go, "What cigar is this?" It's like they can't tell you who made it. They may be able to tell you the wrapper, but it's like if it really had that distinct of an impression on you, you should have that up in your head like the way the wine people do.
Yeah, and plus my flavor is the way I describe something is completely different to yours.
Right.
And Oliver said that from some unknown company called United Cigars.
Even
Our
you,
sponsors.
even you, like
Right.
if you smoke cigars in the morning with a certain thing, or in the
Right.
afternoon, or after a certain meal, it's going to taste different.
Right, because I might say, oh, it tastes like butter or salt, and someone else might say, oh, it's popcorn. Well, that's two different flavors, but it's the same thing to us. But again, I think it's.
Oh, J-Dub rewatched an episode for sure.
Rewatching.
no, you know what it is?
I can open boxes of cigars, and a lot of times I can tell you what factory they came from just by the way they smell. Because every factory has a kind of a smell to it.
But that's because you live there.
But also just because I've opened a lot of boxes of cigars, right? Like you can open
Not a big deal.
you open a box of Cuban cigars, you know it's Cuban cigars just from the smell.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. Yeah.
Or you open a box of cigars from Aganorsa, or a box of cigars from my father, or a box of cigars from Padron, or a box of cigars from. There's a lot of factories that have very, very unique smells to them.
That is one thing that kills me. I try to I don't know whether I watch these cigar reviews or YouTube reviews I watch them just to talk shit, but you watch them and it's just some of the shit these people, this is like Rowling's leather from a baseball glove, and it's like you're fucking high.
Cigar.
Well, let's say I had a food blog, right? And I focused on telling you about the restaurant I'm at, what kind of things they have on the menu, where the chef came from, the dish, the history of the dish, the kinds of ingredients that are in it, and all that stuff. That's all far more interesting to me than you sitting in front of a plate of food and telling me what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. Well, that's what happened with there's a Netflix special, Chef's Table, right? And it's not necessarily about the flavors; it's about the story behind the food,
Right.
Mhm. Yep.
which is exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, that is a solid fucking segue into the next question.
All right, let's hear it.
Guilty pleasure TV shows.
I watch a lot of TV.
Well, like, what's something you're like, I have no business watching this,
Like
but
90210.
yeah.
Bachelor.
Does porn count?
No, Well, yeah, porn
Well,
counts,
I
but
mean,
I
That-
don't know if
it's all on your hours logged.
it's not about. It's not a TV show.
It's only a couple minutes. That didn't really count.
Yeah.
So,
I've sat for like hours at a time watching that Hot Ones,
ooh, that's a good one. Hot Ones
where the
is good.
guys eat the hot wings.
Oh yeah, hot ones. Yeah.
Wait, that's a YouTube show
a
though,
YouTube-
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, but YouTube, Netflix, it's all the same now.
But I mean, that is actually the Hot Ones is actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining watching people just scorch their face off.
I've spent hours watching videos of chicks farting in cake. And you know whose fault that is? That's J-Lip's fault. That is J-Lip's fault. One night before this is back when J-Lip didn't drink. Yo, you got to search cake farting. Me, Oliver, and I believe even you were in on that. And we spent literally hours just watching cake farts. And it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'll watch like one show. Like right now, I'm watching NYPD Blue, so I've been watching it for a couple of weeks. But I'll watch all like 200 episodes, and then I'll get a new series. Like I don't know. I think the last one I watched all the Sopranos again. I watched all The Wire. I watched all the
Wire's good.
Deadwood.
Yeah.
Chernobyl, I'm on it right now.
Chernobyl.
Oh, dude, I am so big into Chernobyl right now.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm a nuclear engineer.
Mhm.
So me and Sean are like watching that on the patio. I pause and I'm like, okay, let me break down unstable isotopes for you.
Do not watch Chernobyl with Skip. Do not.
Wait, no, you know what though? That's dude, I started watching that show at the beginning of this week, and right now I believe there's only 3 episodes out, and I'm on I've already watched number 3.
I think there's only one left. There's 4.
Oh yeah, no, from what I think I read, there might be 5 total.
Okay.
But then it got me watching.
Billions.
Billions, yeah. I'm trying to think of one I watched that would be considered kind of embarrassing, but I watch a lot of Peppa Pig.
There you go.
Well, I mean,
That's because you got
See, I know Moana by heart because
I watch shitloads of
That's-
Peppa Pig.
Yeah, just because you watch Paw Patrol doesn't mean it's your guilty pleasure.
and I hate it because I'm going through to work in the morning and I'm singing Moana songs like all fucking day. It's all in my head, so I have to turn up my
Well,
music.
At the
really loud.
house, they've been watching How to Train Your Dragon, the series on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so the other day, they fast forwarded, they skipped an episode. I'm like, wait a second, hang on, go back. You missed one, So that may count. So How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
It's the guilty pleasure. Mike's way too into.
Mike's like, I'm even on the fucking road now, and I'm watching this.
That's all he's thinking about when he's doing an event.
He's
I
like,
can't wait to get back to the hotel room.
I get back home to the kids, and I'm already 2 episodes up on them.
Don't tell my wife I watch it without him.
Yeah.
What if she would walk in and catch you watching that? What would she say?
She would probably be like, so what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, fill me in.
Yeah, you watch an episode.
I mean, I think watching Rebar is a guilty pleasure because it's a complete.
Oh,
It has like zero kind of educational value.
You're like, I want that on my back. Of
You
like
know
that,
what?
you know.
We should have called you out even before that when you started telling us that we have to announce United Cigars. That just tells us you watch it, or you at least watch the beginning.
Of course, I send J-Dub a message on every one. Like,
he does.
I see screenshots of.
You know how many times I've been asked, what the fuck are you doing with these guys?
I know, and I still questioned it.
well, what's fucked up is like there's old episodes, like the title of them are out there, but you can't watch them. So like I'm like, oh man, I totally missed that episode of.
Oh no, that was J-Dub made us delete a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, so that was before we got onto the good format. So basically, that was before J-Dub.
That was the pre-J-Dub
And
era.
then when we reached a level of legitness, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking deleting all these old ones because Mike is actually, you were maybe one of the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, like I went to go watch that one. It doesn't exist anymore.
And
Probably because I ripped a lot of companies. So it's probably.
And you know what?
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with Mike as being on there. It's just that era
The production quality was
it's gone. It's
Now we're on
You're legit now.
superseded.
Been there.
we're on a very high-end amateur level now.
But one thing I give out shout out to Cigars and Guns, Adrian. He's
Yep.
the first one that said, "Hey, you know what? Do video.
Yeah.
Do video because video is more entertaining. You can see the people say, you know what? You're fucking right."
like
No,
I
and
always watch
you
this
know
and
what?
I always think, I guarantee you that couch cannot smell good, right?
Actually,
It doesn't smell bad. I have
you'd
2
be
air purifiers I
surprised.
run constantly in
That
here.
couch is the reason Febreze was invented.
Smells like sweat and cream.
This
Cake part.
is
Smell like cake
an
part.
original
Cake and
captain couch.
this is this was
I mean,
this was
cloth,
dark leather.
right?
It is now Evan's couch, side of the couch, doesn't smell like anything because he's never there.
Yeah, it smells like blow up doll.
It smells like,
Wow.
Like
Wow.
like
You
vinyl.
missed, like,
hey,
you missed
if you're gonna wear an
episodes.
SNS shirt to a Roma Craft interview,
I knew. So I didn't.
Actually, there is a Roma Craft shirt hanging in the corner
Yeah.
of this.
yeah,
place.
why don't you go change?
Okay, hold on. That shirt smells about
Oh,
40
that shirt
times
has been in
worse
here
than
for
the
6
couch.
years.
Wait, I'll give you $20 right now if you go put it on.
I can't even rip it out of the wall. It's right beside the box that
I'll
might.
give you $20 right now if you go put that shirt on.
It's a
Okay.
fucking medium. You know I'm a whore for money.
Oh, it's an extra large. It's an
20
extra large, actually. That
Hey,
shirt.
hey,
Dude, that-
it's a fucking medium. Agree with me.
This is like
$20.
attention deficit disorder theater.
It is.
yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
All right, back to questions.
We got about 10 minutes.
Disorder.
What is some of the most awkward questions you get, whether it's in person at a shop or
It's
Peop-
these questions.
people have to DM you all the time with just stupid cigar questions. Do you want to be on my
Oh, I'll
show?
tell you, I know the number one. The number one is, and I've probably gotten this 100 times. Hey, I'm so and so from such and such. I'm a big fan. I like everything. This is what I smoke the most. Can you make your labels easier to take off?
That fucking sounds like Sully from Boston. I know he said that to you.
I'm like, here, just wait for it down to here and then slide it over the burning end. That's it.
So that was a big question at the Chicago show when we were hanging out the last night. The guys from smokingpipes.com, we were all hanging out, and one of the dudes that
Never
works,
heard of them.
one of the dudes that works there was like, "Why are these fucking Roma bands so hard to take off?" I was like, "Dude, just throw it in the ashtray and get the next one." Like,
Yeah,
who fucking cares?
well,
Look, I just got mine off, no problem.
exactly. But what they try to do is they try to take it off like the way you would take off every other cigar label. And
Oh yeah, the peel.
It's the people that are doing the Pinterest fucking posted on like plywood, and then they do the epoxy coating for
that's
like,
fine. Take it off whole and then clip it with a pair of scissors or something.
Right.
But if you try to take it off, so half the cigars, like if somebody sends me a picture of a cigar with a torn wrapper, I'm like, you try to take the label off.
Yeah.
The cigar was great, but I want a refund because the label peeled a bit.
Well, the label never, almost never, I've never had one, honestly, out of hundreds and hundreds, thousands of cigars, never sticks to the tobacco. But when they squeeze the fuck out of the cigar to tear the label off, they crack it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying to get their fingernail under the edge.
Yeah, you go from a round cigar to like, oh, let's try box pressing this or triangle pressing it.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Probably whenever they ask, why didn't we do a better job of announcing who's getting what limited to where they go? It's like, dude, it's posted all over social media. Or how do I get swag? Like we've done videos.
How do I get swag?
So it's like, it's there. You just have to pay attention. So
Hold on. I'm shocked that how do I get the European releases in America isn't the question.
That comes up a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I have the link to delay saved on my
Delay.
phone.
that's
And
where I
I
got
just-
my Weaselitos.
Yeah.
And from here, just kidding.
Like that the Blue Wanderlust, like I have seen at least 5 times on your page, one of your guys' pages or the Roma page. Hey, where can I get those? Like everyone is fucking all over you for those.
For which one?
The Wanderlust.
the Wanderlust.
Yeah, you can order them from Delay.
Yeah.
Was that?
But everybody's like, oh, but then I gotta convert currency and to
After
pay for
shot.
shipping. I'm like, it's coming all the way from Europe.
Yeah. It's like you're not. Obviously, it's not overnighted. Like, what do you expect?
Like, a lot of the guys who trade cigars, they already know. They buy it from Delay, and then it's like great trade bait for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do for people who've made it this far into the episode,
Oh,
we'll take this 50 count bundle of Weaselitos, and we'll make 5 10 count Ziplocs for you to take with you,
Okay.
and then you can give these away however you want, like
To the reader.
Wow.
To the viewers.
comments,
Yeah.
whatever.
We'll do that. Comment.
Shotgunning beers, like
Dude, that is fucking cool.
yeah, dude. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, suck it, J-Dub. They're not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is there only
Weaselitos.
9 count?
You know,
There's only 9 fucking Ziplocs.
J-Dub gave away one 5-pack.
there's a rake. He's taking a rake.
Oh, there's a rake.
It's a feat.
Hey, fuck. The house always wins.
All right, we got. I think
One
two more
time
questions.
for one more question.
One more.
No, we got 2 more questions,
One-
J-Dub.
Two more questions.
It's
Oh yeah.
fucking Romacraft. We can go long.
All right. What's one thing you dislike about the cigar industry right now, other than the FDA?
Oh, I gotta go. The dudes that are all up in your face, they're like, "Yo, man, you guys are killing it," whatever. And then as soon as they go on to the next conversation, they're like, "Man, fuck those guys," right? Like that's the part, and that's with everybody, right? Like it's the
Oh, you mean like they're at your event? And
Yeah.
they're a Roma guy, and then they're at the
or even the guys in the industry, you know. So every once in a while, they're like, "Oh man, you know, I don't know how they're doing it." You know, there's just some negativity, chatter behind your back. It's like you had time. If you have something to say it. Say it. That's all you gotta do. You got something you want to go for chest, just say it. So
Everybody has trigger.
so there, but in the
You know,
industry,
like
within the
this, right?
cigar smokers, in like a lot of groups, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
Like
fucking
clicks.
manginas, right? Like they get their fucking pussy hurt. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know, dude, you know, we're just having a good time. So
I mean, yeah,
Like it or don't.
yeah, exactly. It's just a cigar. Like
It's just tobacco.
like I'll post something and some guy will go, well, I can't support. I buy tons of tobacco cigars, and I can't support a guy who said something reasonable about somebody from a different political party or whatever. And it's like, you know, it's not an airport, man. You don't have to announce your departure. It's like, just fucking leave. Don't buy it. I mean, I'm gonna sell it anyway. I don't give a fuck.
I'm fucking totally stealing that. You don't need to announce your departure.
Yeah.
The unfollow button is right there. You don't
Yeah.
need to say
Right.
They made the choice by following you, and that's you know, I'm waiting for the day that somebody's like, hey, I don't like your show. And it's like, you think I give a fuck if you don't like? I'm trying to make you not like my show. I'm trying on purpose for you to hate my fucking show.
This is the Darwinism of our show is JP Fingers.
Yeah. If you hate it, I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I mean, there's guys in the cigar business that I wouldn't particularly hang out with that I smoke their cigars all the time. But I think they're maybe kind of egotistical, douchey, two-faced, shallow people, you know? I mean, I don't know. I just like the cigars. But
Yeah.
Everybody is scrolling through your feed right now. Try like, oh shit, you just smoked this. Is
and
it?
there's people I really like that they don't make very much that I can smoke. That
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
you know,
Yeah.
so I posted a picture. I was on.
Smoking this.
Oh yeah. So are you talking about us right now?
Yeah, just because we fucking think you're douches, just because we like your cigars.
I mean, we're sitting here smoking Roma.
Okay, hold on.
if you don't like something we make, you probably don't like cigars. That's just. I mean, I really believe that.
That's a
No,
fucking
you
great
know what?
tagline.
You
That's
know
a
what?
great tagline.
I was trying to think, and I have
Mm-hmm.
my favorites, and then it's just like, okay,
don't like
you know what?
those
The Fomorian, I'm not a big Candela guy, but it's still a fucking good cigar.
exactly.
So I was just like, yeah, fuck yeah. You fucking got me. It's a good
Yeah.
fucking cigar still.
not to grease you
So-
guys' wheels or anything, but like
No,
a lot of people have said I have never had a bad Roma cigar.
I've honestly, and I'm not just saying this because you guys are here. And I'm not just saying it because I'm just not saying it because you guys are here. But yeah, no, dude, it in my opinion, it doesn't exist.
You know, and a lot of people have said that. So I mean, it just, you know,
But you guys,
it sticks.
You have marketing that is basically the people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like the people are your marketing, and that's free marketing. Which, if you have free productive marketing, what's better than that?
Well, I got jabbed on the other day. I was on vacation. I was in Mexico with my family, and
I thought you were gonna say Buffalo. You're on vacation.
I was, but I didn't bring my family to Buffalo.
Nobody vacations in Buffalo.
No. We did go to the falls. We went and hung out. We had a good time. They opened up a lot of good bourbon. But anyways, so I got some cigars that were Cuban, and a retailer who we sell to was saying, you know, he made a comment about out of the last 20 posts that I posted, 10 of them were other companies that I should do a better job of promoting our
But this
brand.
is your
my personal page.
There is a Roma Craft page, and it's
I said-
100% Roma Craft.
That's what I said. But I was like, you know, this one is my personal page, and two, if I just posted the same stuff over and over again, it would be kind of boring, right? Plus, I'm a cigar smoker. Like I smoke.
I smoke 5 or 6 a day. I post a picture of the one that's not my company.
Right.
Right?
So that's actually
Actually,
a question
no,
that we didn't
no.
get to.
If I could say this, when we were at Tommy's house, and you asked me what's in my humidor, I believe I gave you and John a cigar out of there, and neither of them were Roma, and you're like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I weasel shit all the time.
All the time.
And I was like, yeah, fuck, go for it. Like,
You know,
but I guarantee I still smoke more Roma Craft than any other person on the planet.
for sure. But every once in a while, I mean, you have to know what's going on in the market, and two, I just like smoking cigars.
Yeah.
Right. So I just thought it was weird that someone's gonna try to call me out for posting other manufacturer cigars on my page. I'm like, bro, like, whoa.
Mike just knows what's going on with Davidoff, and that's it.
It's like those fat guys.
Davidoff and Creed.
Oh, I'm trying to get some of that money, baby. That's all.
He's trying to marry, fuck, kill.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a marry and fuck Davidoff and Creed.
Yeah.
Nobody is dying.
Kill, I'm going to go after that guy that's fucking calling me out for this shit.
Yeah. I'd like to marry Davidoff. I'd like to fuck Creed, and I'd like to fuck Panerai.
Somebody getting a long dick tonight.
Okay, last question. Let's go.
I went random. So, what cigar do you like, but you shouldn't be smoking it? Like guilty pleasure cigar, where it's like, fuck, this company is fucking tanked. They're doing nothing right, but this one fucking cigar I like from them.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Tricky. Is there another one?
No.
Hold on, that's a good question. I just got to think about it.
Well, thank you.
No, I mean we have a whole cabinet full of cigars from other people.
Yeah.
I mean, like you framed it where if I say a name, it's like a negative thing. Because,
Right.
But like Edgar Hoyle was here the other day, right? We have a couple of boxes of One Shot, One Kill. Some of the new stuff is good. Some of the old stuff is good. Edgar is fucking a great guy, and it's not hip anymore to smoke that. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not in, but I smoke it because I like it.
It's sort of like the Drew Estates, right? When you look at the Drew Estates, an OG Drew Estate was mind-changing compared to the way the new shit is.
I mean, I don't know if it was. I don't think that I've never. I think that they were like the leading edge of certain kinds of trends in tobacco. I don't know if it was mind changing, but
They were the front lines of that broadleaf fucking in your face kind of style.
Oil.
One of the cigars that I really like that I've been smoking a lot of is the Illusion, the one-off plus 53.
Oh shit! Really?
J-Dub actually talks very highly of that cigar.
That's a good cigar, but for $30, it's it's up there. But
That's
it's
one less bottle of $500 rum, right?
Hey, you know you can get for $30 a stick.
Yeah, we could you an Atabay.
dude, that Atabay is a great cigar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Atabays are sick. Yeah.
But I mean, that would be an everyday cigar if it was $8 or $10.
Oh, dude, I would crank those like nothing.
Weaseled a
I saw this in his box. I knew it was there.
You guys better keep your eye on him right now.
Just weasel that out of J-Dub. See, it's
I
a-
tell you-
Oh!
I tell you
it's 69, buddy. It's
the-
69.
This lighter doesn't have any gas. Sean.
the thing
What
that I
do you
kind of hate myself for smoking is are
It's-
these like
yeah.
are cigars that people chase, right? And I know we have some of those too. And when I come across one of these cigars, I'll smoke it, but I don't really chase them. Like some of the TAA exclusives, you know, I feel like this is exactly like this other cigar, but because it has this exclusive TAA thing on it, people chase it. But pretty much everything
And
from
we
that
know-
factory tastes kind of the same.
We know for a fact that sometimes people just reband and they call it TA. And
Yeah.
Maybe.
it's not really TA.
I mean, you guys won't say it, but you know, like the TAT TAA for the last fucking 5 years has been pretty similar.
You know
but,
what?
But
In
everyone's
my
chasing the
opinion,
year.
Yeah. There's people that go after years, and then there's people that just want every year. But you know what? The last box I bought of the TAT TAAs was 2014.
The new 14 or the old 14?
The original 14 from 14.
Okay.
I'll give you a good example is some of these Viaje releases, right? Like when it comes out, I'll always want to get one just because I want to kind of see, because it's really one of the more unique things that comes out of Aganorsa.
Right?
Hold on, you got to watch what you say about Viaje around J-Dub.
But
He's
I mean,
heavily invested.
like those little shotgun shell, like the zombie shotgun.
Yeah.
Like those things are really tasty.
Yeah.
And they're good and they age really well. But then like you'll pick up another one and you're like, I can't even finish this cigar. It's so boring, and you know. So it's like, sometimes I feel bad because I'm like smoking like, you know, something that like a hipster cigar. But then sometimes I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like it doesn't matter, either it's good or it's not. You know?
Yeah. That's one thing we strive on, where it's, hey, we're gonna smoke good cigars that we think are good,
Right.
and we'll tell you, you know, how's your cigar going? It's good, and that's what we do with Evan. Well, with Evan's mouth, it's Evan. Is it good or is it not? And he's like, no, it's shit. Like it's.
I mean, I have cigars that I'll be smoking it and I'll be like, oh man, this is really good. And then I'll think, well, I'll take a picture of it. And I'm like, fuck that guy. I'm not taking that picture.
Okay.
But I will
Hold on,
smoke a cigar.
Here's a question that's not on the list. When's the last time you guys did a blind taste test?
All the time at the factory, I smoke different things.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably true because you're in Nicaragua all the time.
Yeah, the two guys did it. They did that to me with the Aladino Reserva.
Right on. What about you, Mike?
I was with him, so we did it there. So I was there, part of that. People give me cigars all the time that I don't know what they are. We actually in there's a bunch of abandoned cigars that people will drop off that they're working on or whatever.
You got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They're all labeled fucking alphabetically.
Yeah, kind of like Pussy Lips or whatever he put on that one.
If you want, we
It's
could
Pussy Killer.
we could.
Like I'll be
Jay
in my
to
house
start
and that's
naming your
I have
cigars.
people that come over like for dinner or whatever that come hang out, and they'll give me a couple of cigars and they'll, hey, this isn't ready. This was just rolled, and I'm like, I smoke freshly rolled stuff all the time,
Yeah.
but bro, this is not very good, you know, or whatever. Or hey, this is really good.
So
Yeah. This is not very good. Yeah, maybe give it 10 years.
That's almost like you know, unwrapping a present that someone gives to you in person, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is shit, but you got to be like,
Yeah,
oh.
this sweater may be cool in 15 years. I'll bring it back out.
all right. With that said,
You want to bring on Sean for what's up? Sean, come
what's
on.
up, Sean?
We got Sean. We want to introduce somebody real quick. We got a new guy that.
Oh, yeah.
New.
You can ask Sean what it's like working at the headquarters.
Yeah.
How many times have you unclogged the toilets?
Is he doing that?
Yeah, that's a low bar. Here, sit down, Sean.
Low bar.
This is our Sean Coleman.
What's up, fellas?
Yo, what's going on,
Oh, man,
Sean?
what's up?
How y'all
So
doing?
Sean came from. He's the newest member of our team. He came from. He was one of the store managers at Tinderbox in Waldorf.
Oh, nice.
And
Maryland, right?
He's kind of been a Roma guy for so long. Everybody figured we were paying him to promote. So we had to kind of hire him. So ask him whatever you want. How is it
That's
working?
fine.
How is it working here?
Sean, Are your arms bigger than John's?
Oh
No. That's a
no!
lie.
They look bigger. Either like
No. John is massive.
John,
I was standing beside John and drinking with John for an entire day. He's not that big.
Yeah, John is massive. John's arms are. He just sits around at his desk and dreams about lifting things. So
okay. Hold on. Does John at his desk have one of those squeeze pump fucking workout things?
no, he doesn't
It's
have
a
one.
stretchy bar. What is
Yeah,
it?
he's got the stretchy bar.
One
But
on
you
the
just
arm,
gave me-
one on the
You just gave me
thigh.
the idea for a
Out
Christmas
in,
gift for
out
John.
in. All right.
So
So,
probably have one soon.
I mean, would you call this your dream job?
Yes, it is my dream job.
That's
Uh,
awesome, man.
It
That's
was my
awesome.
goal when I got into the cigar business to work for these guys at some point. So
Fuck yeah.
it
When-
came true.
When you
So
become a
when we-
fan and you start working there,
When we were going to hire him, we called his old boss who owns the store and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know we're not going to try to steal your employee, but if you could, we'd like to hire him." And he's like, when he came to work here, he said, "I'll never leave you unless Roma Craft hires me." So that's what happened.
That's committed, dude.
We posted the job, the opportunity on Facebook or whatever. He pulled over
Yeah, I
and
was,
had to read it,
yeah.
and then
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So you just reminded me of one last question. If you were gonna hire another person, who would you hire? Myself, Evan, or J-Dub? And just
J-Dub.
remember, I come with all the
I don't even need to.
videos.
I don't even need to think about that. First of all, I don't even think you have a green card.
You
Yeah,
see me in the United States every time I see you. We're in the United States.
hey,
I think you would be an illegal employee.
Oh,
We need to build a wall between Canada and the U.S.
In the U.S.
No, but J-Dub, no question.
oh.
That's an easy question.
wow.
I'm so fucking hurt right now.
Okay, if you had a company, who would you hire, yourself or J-Dub?
Well, I'd hire myself, but I would have J-Dub as like a legal person.
You're asking a man who put his own face on stickers.
Yeah.
Who would he hire?
Yeah.
No, but there would be the part of the business where you were losing money and everything, and there would be everything after J-Dub started there.
And that's what the Rebar Show is.
Yeah, and that's why you can't find Mike's interview on our
Yeah.
YouTube.
But answer me this. Why do the sponsors contact me?
Because you're an easy mark.
Well,
Oh.
I am an easy mark.
Hey, Skip, you don't need to hit him with the truth, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know that though. Like,
You gotta
it's like-
pussyfoot around that a little bit, man. He's sensitive.
but no, all joking aside, I have a pretty sweet video idea for the whole Weasel Team 6 thing,
Okay.
and
Ooh.
and a bunch of beers.
So what I would say, and Sean can either say this is true or not, but I think a lot of people want to work in the cigar industry, and there's some people who work in the cigar industry that have worked for like 6 or 7 different companies, right?
Mhm.
Because they just go from one company to another one.
They're like defensive coordinators in the NFL.
But we have a small team,
Joking,
And-
man, beer.
and it's definitely work. I mean, it's work. It's work. But it's probably, I mean, I don't know. If I was going to work in the cigar industry, I'd want to work for Roma. I don't think I'd want to work for very many other companies. That was my excuse me, my plan. But like Skip said, a lot of guys want to be on this side, but once they get a taste of the working aspect, like it's not just standing around looking cool, smoking cigars all day. I mean, when we deal with shipments, you talking anywhere from 10 to 15-hour day, and that's 3, maybe 4 days in a row. Even guys that work in retail shops, you don't have 6 or 7 guys working there, so you pulling anywhere from 8 to 10, 12-hour shifts at a time. It's not all fun and games.
Yeah, it's not what people see on Instagram, right?
Instagram is the pretty glossy side. But
Yeah.
Wow. It seems like Sean has a fucking case with HR.
No,
coming up.
you know what? One of my first cigar shops that I still visit on the regular, that Mike, you got to fucking visit and tell them to fucking open up an account with you. I'll take you there if you need to. In Buffalo, Virgil Cigars, one of the old guys, we call him Speedy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And this guy, I swear, I can only go there with my wife because this guy will treat me like an absolute piece of shit. The second I go in there with my wife, he's like, "Well, what's your wife want to drink? What's your wife want this? What's your wife want that? Yeah, I'll get you one. I'll get you one." I go there by myself. He's like, "What, do you need a glass?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "They're in the back room." And you know, I know, like I've been there where that guy has been there for 12, 14 hours a day, like working. And it's just a lot of the people you deal with, right, are, you know, they're not the easiest people to deal with.
Well, usually it's been my experience that in the shop that I came from, if you come in and we treat you like shit, it's because we like you.
Yeah, it's
We don't,
That's it, man.
you're only getting treated like this because we like you,
right?
and because we can't treat you like that.
If you don't have a nickname that's kind of derogatory to you, we probably don't really like you. But if you got a nickname that that's kind of derogatory, and
Hey,
you probably,
you know what?
You got it later.
Yeah, speaking of derogatory nicknames, Mariachi, you want to wrap this one up?
Mariachi. I wish Jada
Unsubscribe.
I mean, I don't know why it had to get racial all of a sudden.
All right, everyone, from Mike, Skip, Sean, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank
Hey,
you.
it's been super
Watch out
fun.
for
Thank you guys for the giveaway that you guys donated to our show. Thank you. And
Hey. Keep watching, keep listening, and
Yeah.
you might get a fucking pack of Weaselitos.
and thanks for being one of your guilty pleasures, Skip.
Of course.
You are my guilty.
Oh.
I'm touching myself right now.
So I will
Can't
tell.
tell.
So, yeah, when you know, my girlfriend in Nicaragua, I'll put this up on the big screen TV, stream it to the TV, and she's really concerned that all I do is sit around watching, you know, overweight dudes smoke cigars and drink all day. So
Wow.
it's
Well,
definitely.
I mean, I may be overweight. Evan's not. Evan's just fucking lanky as hell.
Not yet. I'm not overweight yet.
Yeah.
Couple more Bush Lights and I might be.
Actually, speaking of that, we gotta throw some fucking steaks on the grill right now.
All
But
right.
All right.
you guys,
Some barbecue.
Yeah.
yeah.
So while
Thank you
y'all
very much, guys, and cheers.
From the guys at the Rebar.
peace out. Appreciate
Cheers.
everyone. Thank you so much. Keep watching. Live United. Smoke United. Live Roma Craft. Smoke Roma Craft.